Layim La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Hakak Wadash. Double honor to the apostle and elders and great millstone who do well, teach well with sincerity, honesty, and integrity. The brothers who labor in this truth, putting their life on the line, especially in these times. Shalom to you brothers, and you brothers in very few sisters believe in this truth wholeheartedly. Shalom to the hopeful elect. So through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua will let me to do this lesson. As I was journeying today, I had to take the train, the commuter rail, and I live in the Boston area, and there's a station called North Station, and today was the first day where, in order for you to go on the commuter rail, because before in the past you used to be able to go through, and on a train you could pay for your boarding pass, or you can pay for your boarding pass at a ticket station. You can show the conductor or the person on the commuter rail train your pass. But see now, in order to even enter the commuter rail section of where I live, North Station, Boston, you have to get through this gateway, these gates, and they have people that's monitoring these gates, and you have to scan your way through. And as of right now, you can use like a ticket, or you can use your phone, and whatever, and a few other like a card, other devices. But we know, let's just say you don't have this ticket, let's just say you don't have this phone, right? You're not able to go through. You're not able to even take your train. You're not, and the commuter rail normally brings you from town to town, in the area. Let's say from state to state, from like Massachusetts to Rhode Island, right? Or even the Amtrak, right? From to go from one state to the other state. So not only the commuter rail, the Amtrak as well. So that just shows you we're heading in the direction of where, if you don't have this digital device, right? If you don't have something that's connected digitally, you're not able to go from one state to the other. And this is just set. This is just setting the platform. This is the stage being set for that MOTB. You're gonna need because if you don't have your phone, you don't say these said devices that get you to go from one point to the other. They're gonna have you use that MOTB to get you to have access to go from one place to another, from one city to another city, right? From one state to another state, and that's the control, and they set, and right before your eyes, they set in the infrastructure of this MOTB. All right, so we're gonna use some scriptures, and I have on my you know what? Let me do it real quick. We're gonna go through the spirit. It's all through the spirit. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. I don't have no scriptures prepared, but we're gonna go through the spirit. Second Edges 15. You know, we gonna slock it. Hold on, no, I done passed it. Second Ezra 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right, and that's how it's gonna be. They're gonna have these. They're gonna have military people lined up in different cities, just like when you seen the when they went through the whole Crown Royale, um basically exercise, because that was just an exercise. That was just a scrimmage to the major game they about to put on, they're gonna have the real game where they're gonna have the second shutdown, and this whole crime royale which happened. They was telling you that you couldn't come outside unless you have a certain paper that saying you an essential worker, right? And you couldn't be driving at certain times, and they will pull you over to see if you had this certain credential, right? Well, the same thing is going to happen when that MOTB come into play. They're going to say if you don't have this certain credential, which is that MOTB, which is the C to the hip, right? If you've been following along, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The reason why I gotta speak in code is because you know these people, they have algorithms. If you say certain things, they're gonna put your channel down, or they're gonna put a strike to your channel. But if you've been following along, the Lord didn't give you the ear to hear and to understand, you know exactly what we're talking about. And that's talking about that Revelation 13 and 16, right? And if you don't have that certain credential, you're not going to be able to travel from one city to another. They're going to have National Guard set up. They're going to have what they call DARPA set up, like secret military police set up, where if you try to travel from one city to another and you don't have that certain credential, right? You're going to be put into a FEMA camp, or put into a certain place where they're going to look to tempt you to put that said MOTB into you, where you're going to be able to bow down to the image of Baal, right? But we know there's going to be a certain selected group of people, right, that's not going to bow down to the image of Baal, and we'll go there real quick, just for the spirit saying. Again, like I said, this is all through the spirit. We'll go to Romans 11 and 4. But what say, Salakia, but what saith the answer of Yahweh Shem Yahushai to him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men, right? So 7,000, when you go into the number 7,000, that 7 goes into the word completion. So that 7,000 is going into the word the complete the complete number of men that's not going to do what? Who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal, right? So this modern day image of Baal is the image of the beast. What is the image of the beast? Is the image is the system, the philosophies, and ultimately that image is going to be, they're going to want to plug you in with that MOTB, which is the C to the hip, right? And they already did their census. How they do the census? They put out whether through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, because all through this Yahweh Shai, through Yahweh through the left hand, and they put out that crown royale. And when they put out that crown royale, almost 66% of the people went and took the Vanessa, right? And if you've been following along, you know all these code words. The Vanessa, right? They went on a date with Vanessa. You had to shoot your shot, right? And almost 2/3 of people took Vanessa, right? So they getting people in a mindset. They conditioning people. They desensitizing people to go and be reliant on their system. All right. So through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, he gives us the spirit where we deny it all the way to the end. All right. Because we know, like it says in Revelations, and I'm gonna show you the picture, man. And this just shows me we're just heading into a time that's a beautiful time. Revelation 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, which is righteous anger, right? And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, which is Yahweh. All right? So if you go ahead and take that MOTB, you bow down to if you bow down to that image, which is the image of the beast, which is the system and the philosophies of the beast, which is, America, the NATO, the EU, then you're going to be dealt with accordingly and righteously. because you didn't gave yourself over to the beast. And the beast want to do nothing but destroy you and kill you. You had the Georgia Guidestones, which it said one of his commandments was to depopulate the community to 500 million, right? There's almost 8 billion people in the world. They want to depopulate the community to 500 million, right? That's almost 7.5 people being destroyed. So how they gonna do such things? You had your boy Kill Gates going to TED Talks and talk about, V minus this equal this, right? And again, we speaking in codes because we know these people are wicked, man. They'll talk about medical information, disinformation, and they want to take your channel down because you're speaking the truth. And like it says right here, and it's true, right? Truth. Let's get it all through the spirit, man. The spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. We can't do nothing but be in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. Galatians 4 and 16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth, right? So we became enemies of this society because we tell the truth. It's almost going to be an act of treason because we tell the truth. And when you tell the truth, there's people that's looking to shut you up because you tell that truth. Because there's other individuals that's hearing. The elect is being activated because of this word. The prophets on the highways and byways, on these platforms like social media, telling you, this is high time. Wake up, because the salvation is never than what you believe. Right? The Lord Yahweh Shai is going to crack that sky soon. Through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. And wholeheartedly, sincerely, we believe that because we're measuring the time diligently. We're seeing them crashing their economy, not only in America, but it's a world. It's on a worldwide. It's on the world. It's a slacket. It's on the grand scheme of things, a worldwide event, right? You're seeing Europe struggling, right? They use this war in Russia and Ukraine to say that that's the reasoning, right? But it's ultimately the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, him stirring the kings of the heart, right? Like in Proverbs 21 and 1, you're seeing that's going on. So this economy can continue to crash down, and that's what they're doing. They're engineering this economy crash, so they can usher in their new world order, right? But see, this new world order is not going to come into fruition. Well, it's going to start the process, but it's not going to completely be established because the Lord is going to interrupt everything. And that's why you're seeing more sightings of the angels, the chariots, right? That's why you're seeing World War III being brewed up, it's boiling. It's almost at the point. But see, things got to come to pass. Like that set measure, things have to come to pass before World War III. So we're seeing the economy crash. We're seeing things are happening where they're going to usher in that MOTB, right? So, again, in order for me to travel to where I had to go, there had to be a certain chip or a barcode that had to be scanned so I can even get into the building, to get into the place where I can even get on a train, man. You seen the movie In Time with Justin Timberlake? If they didn't have a certain amount of time, they couldn't go to the next. They couldn't get into the next part of the city, right? So we got to look at these things spiritually, man. If you don't have certain credentials, they're not gonna let you leave your city. They're not gonna let you. You're not gonna be able to buy, sell, do anything. All right. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying, man. Just quick to the point. Shalom to the whole for elect.